Hi internet, so today I wanted to do like a halfway through January wrap up video thing because it's the 15th of January, so why not do a wrap up and then put it up in a day or two, whatever. Let's get into this. So firstly, I will introduce the jars. So I was doing so well with these babies. I had 6 books read and 6 books brought so far this month, and then I went shopping and I came across the $6 bookstore that I love so much, and now I have brought 16 books this month and I have read 7. You can see the differences in the stars, which means I'm going to have to catch up and read 10 more books till I will allow myself to buy more books, really. But let's get on to what I have read so far this month. The first one wasn't really read this month, but I need to give it a mention. I read The Shock of the Fall by Nathan Flitter finished it on the 31st of December, so it didn't get into any of my 2014 book wrap-ups or lists, which it really should because I fucking love this book, and I'm just going to count it in 2015 because I love it so much. Just the way it was written and this pattern I've never read a book like this, and I've kind of read books that are written in a similar pattern over the last couple of days. So that's great. So I read this on the 31st and I loved it so much. The next book, which was also on my TBR, was Stormglass by Maria V. Schneider. So this is the first book in the Glass series, or the 4th book in the Chronicles of Ixia novels. I've noticed it says up the top there, and all of them have it, so it's a Chronicle of Ixia. I don't know how to say the place. I liked the book. I ended up having to have a break before I could read Spyglass, which is the next one in the series. And I know, I like this series, but I don't love it as much as I love Poison Studies, but I still love it. This is also the thicker one of all of them. So I started reading this, and I think I finished this on about the 2nd, which was the morning before I got sick. And then I was sick for a week. I've only just gotten over it. So yeah, I finished that baby, but then I got sick and I went into kind of a reading slump. However, in that reading slump towards the end, I ended up finishing The Storyteller and His 3 Daughters by Leanne Hearns, and oh my god, I love this. So I gave Shock of the Fall 5 stars. I think I should have. I gave Stormglass a 5. Which I think I'll keep it as because I love it, but it could be a 4 or a 3. This book I gave a 5 because I love it. Again, it's written in kind of a similar style to Shock of the Fall, but completely different, and it's a completely different story, but oh, I love this so much. I think I posted a review for it already, so that was also on my TBR. The next 2 books I finished in about an hour because they're graphic novels. So I had the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo Part 1 and Part 2 graphic novels for a while now, I think at least 6 months. I brought this one first off the cheap bookstore, and then I brought this one off Amazon because I wanted it so I could read this one. Oh, I loved it. They're just so good. They're hardcover as well, which is nice. And if you take off the cover, they look like this. I loved it. I've watched the movies for both of it, and I really do want to pick up the next one, which is Part 3, and the next one is The Girl Who Played with Fire. I enjoyed these. I gave them a 4 from memory. I gave them about a 3 because I liked them, and it kind of makes me want to pick up the book, but not really. But yeah, I still enjoyed this series. The next book I finished, which was only a couple of days ago, was Those Who Came After by Elizabeth Holdsworth. I love this book, and again, it's written in a similar way to The Storyteller and The Shock of the Fall. Yeah, paperback, I mean, I have to do a review on this book so I can get all my feelings out on it. This was also a 5. I'm kind of worried that I started off the year with such great books, and the 3 that are great are all adult fiction, but the way that they are all similar is it's written in the perspective of your main protagonist is writing down a story and discovering things, and at the same time getting a history of their life. The Storyteller and His 3 Daughters was the most different out of it, but you're still experiencing him creating his story and everything. Shock of the Fall and Those Who Came After are extremely similar, as in both protagonists were literally writing their life and what had happened to them at the same time. which I really enjoyed. The next book I read was Spyglass by Maria V. Schneider. I gave this one a 3 stars. I love the series, but with this book I had mixed feelings. I both love and hate it. I don't know what it is. I haven't had this amount of mixed feelings with a Maria V. Schneider book before. I think it's just Opal herself and her story. Like, none of it I feel is stupid or anything like that. I don't know. I'm not sitting there hating the character or hating the story, but there's something rubbing me the wrong way with this series. I know I cannot read reviews on this series because I get way too passionate on either side. On the one side there are people comparing me like she's a mini Yelena, and I'm like, not really, and they don't see why she does the things that she does, which I love the things that she does, so I'm gonna have to make a book talk about this series. But yeah, there's just so many things going around my head with that one. Finished that a few days, no, actually I finished that yesterday, but today and last night I picked up Jekyll Hyde by Robin Louis Stevens. I gave this one a 3. This edition also includes Stevenson's The Bottle Imp, which I really like. I don't know how I feel about Jekyll and Hyde. I liked. I think it's because I know what happens in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I was kind of expecting it the entire time because this book is over 100 years old, so there is no way to avoid spoilers. And then Bottle Imp, I was kind of like, oh, I'll just read Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and then I'll put it down, record this video and go back and read it. But then I started reading it, I couldn't stop reading it, and I actually liked the Bottle Imp really well. I just love the story and the lines behind it. So yeah, I finished this book just before. Okay, so I've cut off most of my TBR so far this month. But the ones that remain are 8,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. I haven't even looked at this book this month, so I will have to get into that. Horns by Joe Hill. I do really want to read this. This isn't on my current read because I'm not really into fantasy at the moment, but we'll see. I say that after saying I've been reading the Glass series. And the last one is A Narrow Road to the Deep North by Richard Flanagan. I think I will be picking this book up because I am reading adult at the moment, so that'll be great. I am using a Band-Aid as a bookmark. It's like in its package. It's not just like a random Band-Aid. It's packaged up, but yeah, this will probably be the most likely out of the 3 for me to read, and then Horns when I want to pick up fantasy again. Now, my added TBR for the rest of this month. I will be completing 10 books by the end of this month because that will be 3 books for the rest of the month. It's not going to be hard for 15 days. I would like to read the whole 16 that I want to read so that I can buy more books, but I have a pile. The first book is Spyglass by Maria V. Schneider. This is the last one in the Glass series, and I do want to finish the Glass series this month, but I'm not going to push myself. I do want to pick this up sooner than my break that I had between Stormglass and Seaglass, but I can take my time. This isn't like Poison Studies or the Healer studies that I had, or the Healer series that I had to read straight away, but I need to finish this by March. That's my deadline because that's when Shadow Studies comes out, and I will be getting fucking Shadow Studies. Also, I know I said that I wasn't buying any more books this month, but I just realised that the covers that I want for my Poison Studies series have gone on sale, and I'll be doing that tomorrow. But that's more counted as a Christmas present because my grandmother gave me a gift card to that store that's having the sale on them, and I'll be able to buy them all with that. The next one is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I've been wanting to read Jane Austen again and read Pride and Prejudice. I brought this cover and it arrived the other day, so I will be reading this cover by Jane Austen, which I absolutely love. We'll see how this goes. I'm not sure if I'll pick this up tonight or if I'll pick up Richard Flanagan or what will happen there. The next one, which this isn't in order at all, is Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. I have said that I have problems with Cassandra Clare's writing, but Iron Trials has kind of restored me to being willing to read her again, and the fact that she's working with Holly Black. Everyone loves the Infernal Devices, and I think I've heard better things about Infernal Devices than I have about Mortal Instruments series. So I'll read this, see if I like it, then buy all the hardcovers and read all the fucking hardcovers, because it annoys me. Now it annoys me that I have this in paperback and not hardcover, also Brainbane Chronicles, because I've got all the other ones in hardcover, and I want to finish this, continue the Mortal Instruments series. I have to read the last 3 books in the series because I read the first 3, so I've read City of Bones, City of Ash and City of Glass, and I have to read the next ones. And then I want to read the Brainbane Chronicles when I find out about this William Herondale. And this is 2 books. I'm holding the Pirate's Wish, but I also have the Assassin's Curse on audiobook, so I'll be reading that on audiobook and then I'll read this in real life. Yeah. I couldn't get an actual copy of the Assassin's Curse because they've gone out of this actual publisher has apparently closed down and they can't get any more books, which is annoying because I thought I found it, but no! I feel sorry for the author too. Like when I heard the publishing company went down, I was like, oh, publishing company, damn for them. And then I was like, the poor authors who are published to them, like will someone else pick up their books and sell them? Or what will happen there? Because so many people have so many books and there are other books that aren't discovered, and you know there's going to be books that I discovered in a year or 2 that will buy that publishing company, but someone bought it secondhand and they're really hard to get hold of, and who knows. But I just feel sorry for the authors, like so bad. Honourable mentions for what I want to read. I also want to start the Cereal series soon. I'm putting that off until I finish the Glass series because I don't want to be running multiple series at the same time. I also kind of want to finish Horns before I pick that up. Because if I'm going to pick up fantasy, I'm going to pick up Horns because I really want to read Horns. But I've been in more of an adult mood, not even contemporary at the moment. I think I can read still the Glass series because although it does have magic and stuff in there, it's still dealing with real issues of betrayal and all that stuff. I'm going to go. I might record a video showing you all my bookmarks because I'm finding a collection of them, and I have to record a video about this place. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a lovely week and I'll see you next time. Bye. No!